Many of us have hundreds of things on our minds at any moment, often struggling to keep track of everything we need to do. But fortunately, there's one important thing we don't have to worry about remembering: breathing. So how do we accomplish this crucial task without thinking about it? The answer lies in our body's respiratory system. The respiratory system performs two major tasks: external and internal respiration. So what are they? External respiration is the exchange of gases between the lungs and the environment, while the internal respiration is the exchange of gases between the capillary and the cells in the body. Let's start by you taking a deep breath in. The air which enters the alveoli consists of oxygen and a little bit of carbon dioxide, and in the capillary, the blood carries a high amount of carbon dioxide and a little bit of oxygen. Both the alveoli and the capillary has a thin membrane, hence diffusion will occur. The carbon dioxide is ready to be exhaled from the lungs, while the oxygen will travel around the body.
Internal respiration. Oxygen will then arrive at the capillary, and this is the cells of the body. Every cell in the body must be near to the capillary, because this is where they get their oxygen from. The cells of the body contains a high concentration of CO2, hence diffusion will occur. Considering that cellular respiration continuously produces carbon dioxide, the partial pressure of carbon dioxide is lower in the blood than it is in the tissue, causing carbon dioxide to diffuse out of the tissue, cross the interstitial fluid, and enter the blood. It is then carried back to the lungs, either bound to hemoglobin, dissolved in plasma, or in a converted form. By the time blood returns to the heart, the partial pressure of oxygen has returned to about 40 millimeters of mercury, and the partial pressure of carbon dioxide has returned to about 45 millimeters of mercury. The blood is then pumped back to the lungs to be oxygenated once again during external respiration. Oxygen diffuses out of the capillary and into cells, whereas carbon dioxide diffuses out of the cells and into the capillary.
The coronavirus or COVID-19 is a highly infectious disease swarming the whole world, causing a pandemic. With thousands of deaths and hundreds of thousands of confirmed cases, the coronavirus is a very dangerous disease. To understand how dangerous it is, we should learn the process and effects of coronavirus to our body. First, it enters our body through our mouth and nose. Once it enters our body, it attacks vulnerable sites of our body such as lungs, intestines, and other vital organs. It passes into our respiratory tract. The virus is fitted with protein spikes sticking out, forming a surface. On the inside, it contains genetic material. It then gets fitted with the cells in our body, which has the same fitting to its proteins. It then uses the cell's replication machinery to replicate more virus. The coronavirus invade two types of cells in the lungs: mucus and ciliated cells. When these cells die, the virus sloughs off into our airway, filling our lungs with debris and fluid, causing pneumonia. Then enter the immune system. The immune system recognizes the virus and flood into our lungs. Our lungs then become more inflamed. When the immune system overreacts, this results to the damage over the healthy tissues. More cells die and slough off into the lungs, further clogging them and worsening the pneumonia. This causes permanent lung damage and respiratory failure. Inflammation can also happen in more permeable alveoli, making their ability to oxygenate blood becomes decreased, or even causing the alveoli to stop working. The overreaction of immune system can also cause a larger scale of inflammation throughout the whole body caused by the overproduction of cytokines. This causes blood vessels to become more permeable, and fluid seeps out, making it hard to transport blood and oxygen throughout the whole body, and can result into a multi-organ failure.
How to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Clean your hands often. Use soap and water or an alcohol-based hand rub. Maintain a safe distance from anyone who is coughing or sneezing. Don't touch your eyes, nose, or mouth. Cover your nose and mouth with your bent elbow or tissue when you cough or sneeze. Avoid physical contact when greeting. Safe greeting includes a wave, a nod, or a bow. Protection measures for persons who are in or have recently visited areas where COVID-19 is spreading. Stay at home if you begin to feel unwell, even with mild symptoms, such as headache and slight runny nose, until you recover. Why? Avoiding contact with others and visits to medical facilities will allow these facilities to operate more effectively and help protect you and others from possible COVID-19 and other viruses.